Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Fam, I found one of my biggest issues, one of my biggest problems, is that I want to buy everything. Every good deal I see, I want to scoop it up. And by scooping up all these good deals, man, it costs money. And that money is being taken from somewhere. And you know what? I learned a while back that I had to put limits on the things that I buy. If I buy this, I can't buy that. If I buy this, then I got to go without this for a minute. Or that restaurant food that I was on buy. For this day. No, I get it. Restaurant food now is like 40, 50 damn dollars for two people. Just look at that budget. You cut it down a couple of days, and you got about $100. You able to do some things with, man. But you know what? The biggest thing that I keep seeing now is I hear a lot of people ask me where all the deals at. They're out there. Where are all the sales at that you're finding, Unc? How are you getting this stuff? Like I said, I budget. Stay in my price range. I know how much I'm willing to spend and able to spend. Man, I learned this because I noticed just in these 3 months, my collecting is a lot different than it was last year, bro. Last year, I knew how much that I had spent, what I was buying, and everything. But I noticed I found so much stuff this early on in 3 months that it really F's with me right now, man. It got me thinking, like, man, what is really going on? How is this all really panning out, man? Just how everything is really stacking up. Man, you know what? New Year's bring new problems, new issues, the workforce, food, healthcare, and, transportation and oil and every damn thing else, man. And you're just sitting here thinking to yourself, with everything going up, how do you cope with it as a, reseller? I talked about this back in 2022, right when we came out of the pandemic. I talked about it then. And dude, one of the biggest things that I was seeing was a lot of people didn't understand even back then that, pandemic economics is a thing. Back then we had better money because we didn't have to do too many things. There wasn't a lot of people going out to work. A lot of people was at home. A lot of places were empty. You had shopping centers empty, malls empty, parking lots empty. Bro, it was crazy as hell. People were just going for walks to be walking because they wanted to get out. Then you look at it like this. All of that played a part. People had so much disposable income. When I say disposable income, some people didn't have to pay rent. Some people didn't have to use their car. So you didn't have to buy gas. And, you got a lot of shit. Some people were able to get unemployment. But now you jumped out of that. Now you in this, whereas you paying for everything. You still got to travel everywhere. And yes, now it's whooping people ass. This is why I made that switch to, mostly buying, discount stuff. I still buy full price stuff. I still buy stuff for overpriced, and I'm just being honest. But, I have to look at where I can save money at. And this is what I've been trying to push on everybody. As collectors, man, sometimes we try to top other people. And see, that's what I was doing here. I look at other people's collection and be like, yeah, I want that. I have to do this and that. I don't have to do none of that. Dude, I don't have to buy any of that stuff. Shit, it is what it is. If I don't get it, I don't get it. If I get it, I do. If I don't, I don't. It ain't no change anything, bro. This is why I say you collect at your own pace. You do what you need to do and understand why you're doing it. When I stopped collecting comic books, dude, I understood why. Because I didn't need to collect them anymore. I had a lot of them, and I'm like, man, really, I'm running out of space. And that's how I looked at it. I said, I'm running out of space. How am I going to do that? With the comic books and the video games, I had to kind of put a kaput to it just a little bit because I ran out of space. The same as with my Blu-rays and things like that, man. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, bro. It's just real. It ain't you over here trying to, talk crazy in it, but you got to know when to let some of this shit go. And like I said, I've been pushing and trying to get stuff the way I want it. Now I got it the way I want. Do I think it's like the best thing? No. I think, everything is still a work in progress. I still got a lot of stuff to work on. I still got a lot of stuff that I see that I need to fix here. One of the things that I need to fix is just space. And I know I was talking about I put the house on the back burner, and that was for a good reason, man. And I was looking, and we were walking, and the lady who was the realtor, she said, "Won't you just, if you want, you could take, your phone or your camera if you like, and you could walk the properties, and you could bring your YouTubers with you, and explore with them and let them know what you're thinking about doing." And I was just sitting there like, damn, people will work with you when you're spending money, bro. It is what it is. And that's one of the things that I was getting at. I was trying to understand all this, man, trying to push forward, get where I need to go with anything, man. And what things I'm trying to say is, man, it's all a balancing act. You talk about getting a new car, you got to weigh those pros and cons, man. I've been bringing so many pros and cons as a collector. I look at everything, I just don't want to buy anything, but I don't want to just buy nothing. You get what I mean? Dude, I just been having a whole lot of fun with this, man. And, I stopped letting my ego get in the way. And my ego was all in this, man. I'm this big bad collector, bro. I ain't a big bad any damn thing. I'm a person now just having a good time, and that's how I keep it. Don't make this more than what it is. Enjoy it. Look at it for what it is. Man. Dude, and that's what I just been doing, man. Just counting my blessings and just saying thank you to everybody that's been watching and pouring in all the love and the support. I just wanted to say thank you for all that, because that means a lot to me, man. I sit here some days and try to figure out why people watch me. And one guy just said, man, you relatable. And I was like, oh. He said, you buy toys that I could afford. You're not out here trying to keep up with the Joneses. You just buying the stuff that you like, whether if people don't like it or not. And that really made me feel good. Sometimes you need to hear somebody tell you something that, slipped your own mind. Like, man, do what you need to do. And that's what I'm doing right now. Just enjoying what I got, paying attention, trying to steer some of the new collectors in the right place, man. Don't go blowing money real fast, real quick. Like I tell you, if you got Rosses and DDs in your areas, hit those up. See if anything there makes sense to you, man. If it don't, then just go from there, But I tell you, one of the biggest things that I could tell you, if I could take back some of the shit that I done in the past when it came to collecting, is just buying shit to be buying. And I know it don't look like that has changed any, but I buy stuff I actually like. Before I was buying stuff that I thought would go up in value and things like that. This shit is not an investment as far as for money for me. It's an investment in fun. What happens if I find out none of this stuff is worth anything? It's not gonna stop me from collecting it. I'm still gonna have fun. Like I said, it changes from time to time. I want a lot of y'all to go back and look at some of my beginning videos and look at what's on the shelves behind me. And this is how you know we done come a long way. Like I said, I don't know how much I spent. Shit, it could be $100 grand over a period of time. Who knows? But like I could tell you, if you put everything in, it probably would be. But I'm gonna tell you, I've been at this for a long time. Not everything is, I started it over. A lot of stuff, I still had, and, it came to my attention that I still had some of it, man. Like I said, man, you got to do what you got to do. Stop worrying about what other people are saying. I see people collect miniatures. They collecting all type of stuff, man. And that's what I want you to do. I just want you to appreciate the hobby. Appreciate the hard work that you put in. Appreciate all the hard work you putting in your life to get stuff, man. And that's what I'm looking at, man. I'm looking at what I want to do and how I want to do it, man. If you notice Ghost Riders back there, you see the motorcycle with the, the thing up, doing a wheelie. I'm going to take Wolverine and all them down, and I'm going to put everybody where I need to, because I got too many damn Wolverines all over the place. I need to take a few down and add us few. I got like 1, 2, I got like 3 damn Wolverines over there. Even Wolverines saying you got too many damn Wolverines, man. You got too many Wolverines. I just want you to think about all that, man. We've been doing so much stuff here that, I'm just thankful that we able to do the stuff that we do. Um, like I said, I'm still waiting on the Thanos glove, and we'll work from there. I'm still waiting on the other cat slayer. It's a lot of stuff that I'm waiting on. Destiny from the X-Men, Mystique's wife. Dude, it's just amazing how all of this stuff works. You know, but like I said, if we keep pushing, man, we have a good time here. And that's what I want. I want us to continue to have a good time. I want us to continue to enjoy what we're doing, bro. Continue to keep moving and keep growing, man. Like I said, collection is growing. It's growing at a crazy pace, man. It's a hell of a lot different than it was before. We got stuff here that we didn't have. We got stuff every damn way. And, man, like I said to all of y'all, keep on, keep on doing what you need to do and keep growing. Keep shining bright. But till later, peace out.